What's up guys, I'm KB Kwan from Taste of Asian Food. So what's the difference between choy sum and bok choy? Now bok choy and choy sums, they are similar, which can cause some confusion, especially if you are unfamiliar with Asian vegetables. So I would like to take this opportunity to dive into the details of these two vegetables, and in addition I will also discuss the proper way to cook these vegetables. Let's get into the details right now. Bok choy is the most popular Chinese vegetables in Western countries, and it comes in different sizes. Bok choy has a white bulb with green leaves. The leaves has a stronger flavor than the white stem, and the leaf is soft and slightly bitter. If you compare bok choy with choy sum, this is choy sum. Choy sum has a longer stem and it is slimmer. The leaves are quite large, dark green with a balance of sweetness and bitterness. Choy sum come in different sizes, so you have the long one, the medium, and the short one. My preference is the smaller one, the shorter one, which is called Hong Kong choy sum, which has relatively short stems and is less fibrous. Similarly, the bok choy also has some small one and the big one, and the small one is always my preference because it is less fibrous, just like the choy sum. As for the flavor, bok choy, the flavor is milder if you compare with choy sum, and for choy sum it is slightly more bitter than bok choy and is more mustard-like. There's another type of choy sum comes with some yellow flowers, small little yellow flowers at the tip, which I'm not able to get it from the market today, and those small little yellow flowers can be eaten. How to prepare choy sum and bok choy for cooking? For choy sum, the outer layer of the stem is fibrous. That is applied for the small one and also the big one. So I usually prefer to use a vegetable peeler to peel off the outer layer until it reveals the lighter color. I also snap and separate the stem and the leaves for the bigger choy sum. And I will snap off the more fibrous stalk from the leaves and keep separately, as I'm going to cook them separately. Bok choy has no visible fibrous layer as the choy sum on the surface, so peeling off the surface layer is unnecessary. There's no need to cut the small bok choy as they are very tender. However, you can cut them lengthwise to reveal the beautiful layers of the stem, which is quite common to double up as garnish in Chinese cuisine. Like that. Large bok choy has a thick and meaty stem, and it is more fibrous and therefore is best for making soup. So you can cut the stem on the bias to about 1/2 to 1 inch pieces. This is suitable if you want to stir fry the bok choy, as it takes less time to stir fry the small pieces until crisp tender. If you are making soup, then you can just use the whole stem. You don't have to cut it into small pieces. How to cook choy sum and bok choy? There are a few methods, and these methods can apply to both vegetables. The first way is to blanch the vegetables. The second way is to stir fry, and usually stir fry with garlic. And the third method is to make soup. The simplest method is to blanch the vegetables in salted water. Bring a pot of water to a boil. Add some salt. More is okay, just like you are boiling pasta, and some vegetable oil. Then place the vegetable in the water and blanch for a few minutes. It takes a shorter time for bok choy But if you are blanching the choy sum, it takes slightly longer because it is more fibrous. Some people do concern blanching the bok choy or the choy sum will cause a loss of nutrition. You can get around it by steaming the bok choy until crisp tender, and you need slightly extra dressing as the vegetables are not cooked in salt water. When it's done, remove and drain. Dress with some shallot oil and some oyster sauce to serve. The second method is to stir fry the vegetables, and usually I'll stir fry with some garlic. When the garlic turns aromatic, I'll add the more fibrous part of the vegetables. In this case, this is choy sum, and primarily the stem of the choy sum. And I'll add the more tender part later. Stir fry until it starts to wilt, and then I'll add the remaining. And a little bit of water if it is too dry. Season with some salt. A little bit of white pepper powder. Then add a little bit more water. Not too much, something like that. Should be enough. And then simmer it for a little while, 1 or 2 minutes, to make sure that it is crisp tender. After 2 minutes, most of the water has already evaporated and is now ready. Remove it from the wok and serve. It is always good to serve with a little bit of shallot oil and oyster sauce. The third method is to make a soup. Bring a pot of water to a boil, or I would say bring a wok of water to a boil. In most cases, wok is very versatile, and wok can be used to replace a pot in nearly all instances. I cook the stalk first. That applies to bok choy and choy sum because it is more fibrous than the leafy parts. And throw in 2 pieces of ginger. Add a little bit of salt. Now add the leaves. And continue cooking for another minute. And then add the meatball that I have made. If you don't have meatballs, you can use chicken breast slices or pork slices as you wish. And you can also use some chicken broth instead of water to make the soup if you want to make it more flavorful. Boil for a little while until the meatballs are cooked. Let's give it a try. Need a little bit more of salt. Switch it off And if you wish, you can drizzle just a little bit of soy sauce, but not too much. Yep. And it's time to serve. Here are the 3 dishes of vegetables that I make it today: blanch, stir fry, and the soup. It's exactly how I make it every day at home. That's the difference between bok choy and choy sum, and different ways to prepare these vegetables. If you like this recipe, I've included it in the description below the video, and don't forget to subscribe, tap the notification bell, and give me a thumbs up. And I'll see you again in some other similar video soon. Bye for now.